Good morning, this is Nadine Aliyah, and today we are going to have a reading comprehension lesson for Module E, suitable for 12th graders, for pointers. The name of the lesson today is A Global Classroom. So, let's think of the following questions. Can you determine causes and effects when asked to? Can you find examples on certain things? Can you determine main ideas of paragraphs and texts? And can you use the horse of prediction to make guesses? If so, this is a good practice for you. If not, no big deal. We're going to practice these skills today. But before that, let's have a look at these pictures. I bet you're familiar with these pictures. Just have a look and think of what they reflect and represent. What do the previous pictures represent? And can you relate them to your life during Corona these days? Yes, those pictures reflect our daily life nowadays during Corona time. They show people like you and like my kids as well, students, pupils studying from home. They represent distance learning and they also represent learning online. And we have here, if you see, we have different ages and different genders. So everyone now all over the world is learning online through distant learning. So in the text we are going to deal with, we have some new words. So let's have a look at them. We have something accessible. Accessible, you can easily reach. Analyst, someone who analyzes data, etc. of these things. Conclude, to come out with a summary, to come out with a conclusion. Coordination, you need to have cooperation and coordination among different people in order to reach a certain goal. Educator, teacher. Enthusiastic, interested, fascinate, amazed, to get you amazed. It's fascinate. And found, it is a base form. It's not the past tense of find. It is a base form for found, establish. To be generous, giving, individual, organization, progress, something global like Corona now. It is a global disease. We always looked for globalization. We looked high for globalization, but now globalization is a problem. We have global diseases, not only global food and etc. of these things. And we have detailed, explained in details. So now in order to practice the words we've just got to learn, we have to circle the correct answer. We have internet has made education accessible or generous to people everywhere. Thank you. My father works as an educator or as an analyst for a bank. Mother Teresa, if you know her, dedicated or concluded her life to helping others. My friend Sally is very enthusiastic or generous and always brings gifts, presents when she visits. The lesson about genetics fascinated or dedicated me. Take your time. Can we move on? Yes, internet has made education accessible. Internet is not generous. It is accessible to people everywhere. So everyone everywhere can get educated through internet. My father, you can't work as an educator, a teacher for a bank, but you can work as an analyst for the bank. They always need to analyze data. Mother Teresa, even if you don't know her, you have another clue in the sentence, is your life and help others. So you don't conclude a life, but you dedicate a life. So Mother Teresa dedicated her life to helping others. So here, from the context, we can guess the meaning. My friend Sally is generous. She likes giving because she brings gifts when she visits. Always look for clues. Try to find the answer from the context. The lesson about genetics fascinated me. I was very interested. I was amazed by the information given. So fascinated is the answer. Some more? This organization was concluded or founded to help people with special needs. Corona is an individual or a global crisis. You need to give a generous or detailed plan for your project. Everyone was enthusiastic or accessible about going on a trip, and successful work needs coordination or analyst. Okay, let's do them together. This organization, sure, was founded, was established. It was not concluded. We don't conclude an organization. So this organization was founded to help people with special needs. Corona, unfortunately, is a global crisis, not an individual crisis. You need to give, there's no generous plan, there is a detailed plan for a project. And everyone felt enthusiastic, not accessible, about going on a trip. They were interested, they were eager to go on a trip, which we can do now. Successful work needs what? Sure, it might need an analyst, but basically we need to coordinate. So successful work needs coordination. In the report we're going to read, we have also some expressions which you might be unfamiliar with. That's why let's have a look at the following exercise. Here we have the expression turn upside down, to turn something upside down, and to do something by accident, to keep track of, to fulfill an aim or a goal, to far outweigh. So please have a look and try to match each expression to its meaning. We have achieve a goal, we have to be more important, to change drastically, and by chance or to follow. Yes, let's see. To turn something upside down. Yes, it's to change completely, to change drastically. By accident, I met my friend by accident in the mall. By accident means by chance. We didn't intend to. To keep track of something like your teachers are doing now with your homework, with your studying from home and learning from home. So they follow. They keep up to date. Fulfill an aim. I hope that you all fulfill your aims and goals to achieve your goals. Far outweigh, which means far more important. Something which is more important than another thing. Can we go on? Let's go. So now you need to use the previous expressions to complete the following sentences. The first sentence is teachers. What do teachers do with their students' work? The athlete was able to do what? And won a golden medal. I met an old friend. How? When I was at the mall last week. The benefits of this treatment, the benefits, the advantages are what? The risks. Corona, our daily life. Here you need to split the expression. You need to use only one expression, a part of it before our daily life and the other part after it. You can have a look here at the expressions so we can move on with the exercise. Turn upside down, by accident, keep track of, fulfill an aim, and far outweigh. Ready? Let's move on. So teachers keep track of their students' work. They follow their students' work. The athlete was able to, yes, achieve his goal, to fulfill an aim and won a golden medal. I met an old friend by accident, by chance, when I was at the mall last week. The benefits of this treatment far outweigh the risks, are more important than the risks. Corona has turned our daily life upside down. So here we have has turned upside down, has changed our life drastically. Can we move on? Let's go on. So, from the words and expressions we've learned, can you predict what the article and the report we're going to read is about? Do you have any guesses? Yes, you're right. Maybe we are going to read about a project. Maybe we are going to read about an initiation. Do you know what I mean by initiation? When you have a new idea to implement. And maybe we are going to read about an organization. Those terms learned, expressions learned, can be about a project, an initiation, an organization. You can send other guesses to your teacher and check if they suit, because we may have other possible answers as well. So here what you did was prediction. Prediction, as you know, is one of the HOTS, higher order thinking skills. What is it all about? It is saying or estimating, to try to guess what will happen or what is something about. As we said, we used some words and some expressions to guess what the lesson will be about. So how can you predict what an article is about? In order to predict what an article is about, you can make use of two main things. Basically, you can make use of a title. The title is so important because usually the title, in most cases, reflects the content of the text itself. You can also use an important reading skill, which is skimming. You know what do you mean by skimming? Skimming is reading for a general idea. And here, when you skim a text, you basically read the topic sentence or the first sentence of each paragraph. So basically, when you read the first, the title and the first sentence of each paragraph, you can make sense of the whole article, and you can then make some prediction and guesses. So here we have to watch a short video and try to think of the following questions. Please try to write them down while watching. What is the problem addressed in the video? What is the problem addressed? And what is the solution for the addressed problem? Why is this solution suitable for this generation, for you guys, according to the teacher who will talk in the video as well? And how does this video relate to you and to your life nowadays? So enjoy watching this video, but please don't forget to write down some notes and some answers. This is how we rock with syllables, clap it out.
We have a third grader who's 9 and a kindergartner who is 6, and then a preschooler, she's 4, so she's not actually in school. She usually is not at home though. School's been out for almost 2 weeks, but just this week has been the only time that we have actually, they've been learning at home. The idea that schools were going to be closed, of course, you know, it's a burden to your regular routine, just trying to logistically figure out how you're going to cover that. We're lucky in our family that I'm able to be here with them without too much strain.
There are some significant anxiety issues going on with some of our kids that are nervous about this. I think the other kids thought it was going to be great because they were going to get 2 weeks off, and they were a little disappointed when I told them we were going to do digital learning. These kids are digital natives. They want to use technology. This is their life, and I think they're actually going to get a lot out of it.
It's been a lot more involved than I kind of expected. I thought they would be filling out some worksheets and stuff, and it would be kind of school, maybe in name only. But to the teacher's credit, they've put together, I mean, a pretty extensive curriculum.
How many orange peppers do you want to add?
So what we've done is we've tried to, and this was again a suggestion of the school district, we've kind of designated an area as the learning area. And so that's been our kitchen table. Definitely as a parent, there's been a lot of effort involved in keeping them progressing in what they're doing and also focused. For my third grader, there's been some frustration in a couple of moments. So I think that's one thing that is missing from a classroom setting, just kind of the nuance of the other students and the teacher being able to explain things in a little more depth. Luckily, I'm here and I can help work through that with him. We're still in my wheelhouse here and doing third grade math, and so yeah, if it was you know, a little higher level stuff, that would be probably a little more difficult.
When I'm in my classroom, I have anywhere from 25 to 35 kids sitting in front of me. When I'm teaching digitally, I would have a screen that is split, and I have 20 or 30 little thumbnails of each child. My main concern would be for the kids who are part of what we call that digital divide. The kids who don't necessarily have access to wireless or to devices. We issued some computers to children who didn't have devices. I'm concerned that there are other districts out there that may not have been as prepared as we are. We have a fantastic digital learning department that actually manages these kinds of things for us. So my district is really well suited to do this. We are ready for this. This is what we've trained for.
Subscribe by clicking on that button down.
So now we're back, but we are going on a break. After the break, we are going to discuss the 4 questions and move on with our lesson. 10 minutes break. we'll quickly go over the questions. What is the problem addressed? Yes, school closure because of the corona outbreak. What is the solution implemented? Like the thing we are doing now, distant learning or learning from home through internet. Why is this suitable for you guys? Yes, you're familiar with internet. We had to work harder, but you are having fun because internet is something you really love and like. How does this video relate to you? It is now a part of our daily life and routine. Distant learning is something we all do now. So let's move on now with our text. So here we have Salman Khan is a man with a mission. This young American wants to make education accessible to everyone in the world. To fulfill his dream, he has founded a free online website, which is viewed by over 1 million students a day. The website boasts over 3,500 videos on a range of subjects from basic math to computer science. And surprisingly, the enthusiastic voice the students hear on every video is that of Khan himself. So before we move to the questions related to this paragraph, we are going to point out some important details here or information. First of all, we have the names. We have one name, right? Salman Khan. He is an American, a young American with a mission, with something to do, with a dream. What is his goal? What is his mission? To make education accessible to everyone in the world. So he has a plan, he has a dream. So now to fulfill this purpose or this aim, what did he do? He established a free online website, and this online website is viewed by 1 million students a day. Every day, 1 million students view this website. And there you have 3,500 videos that tackle different topics. We have basic math, and then we can move on with the topics to reach computer science. This is something that might seem familiar, but most importantly is that each video starts with the enthusiastic voice of the founder himself, who is, yes, Khan. So here we have what is the purpose of Khan's website. So, to make videos available for all, to supply an online library, to provide free education, or to encourage internet use. So, here we have a multiple choice question. We have two things to do. We have basically to know the word purpose. If you don't know the word purpose, you cannot answer. So purpose, you need to find similar words for it because it's not there in the paragraph. What might you have? Yes, you're right. We might have aim, purpose, and goal. So here we have what is the purpose of Khan's website. Here he wants. Want is a word that shows as well purposes, aims, goals. Make education accessible to everyone. So here we learned the word accessible, to be able to reach education, to be able to get education. So let's check the suitable answer here. To make videos available for all? No, it's not his aim to spread videos. So we cross out this answer. To supply an online library? No. To provide free education? Yes. To make education accessible to everyone? To encourage internet use? No, he wants to make use of the internet, but not the use of internet is the purpose itself. So let's check if our answer is correct. As I told you previously, you need to find a word that is similar to purpose, aim, want. And here our answer is correct, to provide free education to everyone. Let's go on with our second paragraph. Khan, who is originally a financial analyst, didn't plan to become a tutor. He didn't want to become a teacher. He fell into his new role by accident, by chance, when he began to help his cousin, who was living far from him with her homework. To make access simpler for her, he posted his lessons on YouTube. You're familiar with YouTube. Within days, he was receiving positive feedback, positive comments from students and parents all over the world. So Khan realized his videos were reaching students in a way that teachers themselves couldn't. He concluded that for many, individual learning at student space far outweighed listening to a teacher giving an overall explanation to 30 or more students. So here we have a problem, we have a solution. Khan at the beginning had an individual problem. He wanted to help what? His cousin. He wanted to help his cousin living far away with her homework. This is his first individual problem. What was his solution for this? Yes, he posted lessons on YouTube. So we have a problem and we have a solution. But the consequences went far. Like here we have, he had a purpose. He wanted to help his cousin. But then it turned out that millions of people were watching and they were sending feedback to him. So he knew that he was also helping students all over the world. That's why he decided to do what? He decided to do something accordingly, because he concluded that individual learning for some is far more useful than a classroom. So here we have sequence of cause and effect. A cause leading to an effect turning into a cause leading to another effect. So here we have a consequence. We have to complete the sequence of events with Khan's cousin asked him for help with her homework. Here we have the first cause. So the effect was what? He helped her by doing what? Yes, by posting videos on the internet, on YouTube. By posting, it's not easy to write here, so excuse my handwriting. Posting videos on YouTube. So people around the world reacted positively. This is the cause of what he understood. And this led to him understanding that many students would prefer, you have two options here. Would prefer what? We have here individual learning at their students, at their pace. So they prefer individual learning. Okay, let's check. What should we do here when we want to deal with such type of questions? Basically, when you are asked to complete a sentence of cause and effect, You need to read all the statements carefully before you answer, and then you need to go back to the paragraph and to fully understand it, to be able to track causes and effects. So we were right. He had a problem. His cousin needed to understand or needed some help with her homework. He found a solution. So the effect was that he posted lessons on YouTube. He got positive feedback. So he understood that people prefer to learn online or individually. Let's move on. Here we have a quotation from the paragraph itself. Here we said that Khan realized his videos were reaching students in a way that teachers couldn't. You need to give an example that proves this from another paragraph. You need to prove that he was reaching students, but you need to take an answer or an example from another paragraph. Fortunately, here we have only 2 paragraphs discussed, so we go back to the first paragraph. I'm sorry. We need to go here to the first paragraph, and we here have the website is viewed by over 1 million students a day. So this is a proof that it is a successful website, that he is able to reach over 1 million students a day. I surely can do that. Any other teacher can't do that while teaching face to face. So let's move on now. So the answer is correct. His videos are viewed by over 1 million students a day. Let's go on. This made him realize, him goes back to Khan himself, that he as well could make a huge difference to education. He quit his job, and with generous donations, he got some grants from tech giants such as who? Microsoft's Bill Gates and Google's Eric Schmidt. He founded what? He founded and he established Khan Academy. What is Khan Academy? Here we have a non-profit organization, and this non-profit organization is dedicated to providing free education to anyone who is connected to internet. So here we have some very important pieces of information. Here he left his job, he quit his job, he got some donations, he got money from people who are famous and popular in high tech, like the founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, and of Google, Eric, and that money made him able to establish his own non-profit organization. He does not get money in return from this organization, and it is only dedicated to providing people with free education, to make education accessible for everybody. So here you have another type of questions. We dealt with multiple choice questions to circle the correct answer. We dealt with a cause and effect question, sequence of events, and now we have sentence completion. We have sentence completion question. Bill Gates and Eric Schmidt are mentioned because, why did they tell us about Bill Gates and Eric? Why? Because here we have only generous donations. with generous donations from tech giants. Now you guys have to form the answer. You need to turn this piece of information into a complete sentence where you have a subject, a verb, and an object. So generous donations can be the objects. So you can say, because they gave Khan generous donations. You can also change the whole thing. You can say, because they generously donated money to Khan. So here, Bill Gates and Eric, because they are mentioned because they gave donations or they donated money to the Khan Academy. One last paragraph. Essentially, Khan's vision is global classroom where students learn from his videos and work together even if they are living in different countries. So now he established like what we call a global classroom. Everyone goes there, everyone learns from home. His message, he has a message, is appealing. What is this message? I teach the way I wish I was taught. He always dreamt of learning from home through global classroom. So he did this for the other generation. The lectures are coming from an actual human being who fascinated by the world around him. So here we need to choose another title for the text. How can we decide? Basically, the other title is a reflection of the idea of the whole text. And as I told you before, you can get the main idea of the text by two things: the origin title, a global classroom, and the main ideas in each paragraph, which can be taken from the first sentence of each paragraph. So, does the text talk about the power of internet? Not really. A generous donation? No more lessons? No, more and more lessons. But we have one man's dream, which turned into a global classroom where everyone is allowed to learn and get benefit. So here you think about the main idea of the text and then decide on the title, One Man's Dream. So we're basically done, but you have a task to do and to send to your teachers. For example, you need to think of how you, now being home because of the corona outbreak, how can you make use of Khan's global classroom? So write how you think you can make use of this classroom. Google it as well. Search for this classroom and send to your teacher how you can make use of Khan's global classroom. So now we're done, and I hope you can identify writer's opinion. You can determine causes and effects. You can find examples from the text. You can determine main ideas, and you can use the odds of prediction to make guesses. But above all, I hope you are able to stay safe and healthy, stay home and learn online. Bye-bye.